going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us again for another great episode of Dole Whip Destinations with your co-host, Trent.
Tiffani.
And Kasey, and we are back remote, not for long. And I will give you guys a little. So I have a surprise for both of you guys next week. So you'll just have to wait and find out. But we won't be remote for very long. So that will be exciting. It is officially April. Today is my mom's birthday. Today I'm going to the Yankees game.
Hey, happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mary.
Happy birthday, Mary.
Hey, happy birthday, Yankees.
I was going to say she's bringing us some birthday luck for this game. Anything you guys want to check in on before I hop into some Yankees news? Because that's part of my check-in.
Things have just been good, chilling. We're getting ready for almost said Thanksgiving. I'm living in the future.
Were you gonna say Easter?
That'll tie into paradise. Your boy is time traveling, dog. I am Easter. I'm looking forward to Easter. Her mom was sending us pictures last night. Going over to her mom's, right?
Nice.
Yeah. So they were sending us pictures of the little setup and stuff they did. So, any congregation of people bringing a smorgasbord of different types of foods, I'm in.
And it's like a during the day type of thing where you go, not first thing in the morning, but you have the whole rest of the evening to veg out and chill.
On it, 1:30 to 4:30.
I honestly forgot that Easter was tomorrow. Oh my gosh. So
me too.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, happy Easter, everyone. This is the
I'm gonna
Easter
get that
episode.
golden egg.
Oh yeah, it is. Hey, this is the East. Oh yeah, dang. Yeah. Well, there you go.
And if you don't celebrate, happy Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is our Easter
I'm
episode.
going for the golden egg.
Listen, if you don't celebrate Easter, if there is a free event with free food somewhere,
chocolate,
just for your body and your stomach, pretend that's your thing.
And money hidden in random places.
You kidding me? Oh my! You name it, whatever you want from whatever religion you want. If you say, "Hey Trent, do you want to come over for busha busha busha?" and it's like there's free food and we hid money in the bushes. Yeah, dude. What?
It's also a really pretty color palette. I follow these two Jewish girls, and her aesthetic is very pastel, greens and pinks and purples. And she's like, I'm a diehard Jewish girl, always will be, but I go out every Easter brunch because everyone looks so fabulous, and she gets to wear her favorite pastels, and it's just it's a good time for everyone. Everyone looks really cute on Easter brunch breakfast.
Well, especially for you guys up there, because when you're up north, you're no one's wearing a whole bunch of vibrant colors in the wintertime. It makes no sense. You're from point A to point B. It's cold outside. Who really cares? So it's a time. It's very representative of nature. You know what I mean? Yeah, all the flowers come out, the colors come out.
Finally put away, and I'm not taking it out, my big black puffer. Gone. It's under my bed. I don't want to see it. And even if it's cold next week, I'm going to layer with something else. And I hid my snow boots. They're also with my big black puffer, and they are gone.
You're gonna hide them from yourself and not be able to find them later.
I don't want them, and I'm just speaking into existence that I won't need them. And mentally, I have checked out of winter. I am in spring. And speaking of spring, it's baseball season, and I'm going to the Yankee game tonight. And technically, yesterday was the opener, which I really have a gripe with having an opening game at 1:00. But I think that's a normal thing now. I'm hearing they always do that during the day on a worked week. Is that normal, Trent?
Yeah. I mean that ties in with
people typically take off work to go to it.
It's more like an event. I mean, that's why you saw they brought the original train out on the subway and everything. It's definitely it's an event. So people are, especially a lot of old school traditional fans, they're aware of it. Damn.
Yeah.
I drink some water. They're aware of it. And it's something just asking you shall receive, dude. I need $80.
Yeah, well, this guy asked people around is this your first opener? Or what number is this? And almost everybody was this is my 30th, my 40th, my 20th. They've been doing this every year. They always take off work to go.
It's definitely a tradition.
But tonight is the first night game. Like, I know it's gonna be electric. We're coming off of a 6-1,
Oogie, oogie,
like,
oogie.
lead right now. But what I wanna talk to you about is this new ABS system. Are you familiar with, like, all that's going on with the new, like, ABS system in general?
Not I.
No,
I don't know shit about
You
shit.
don't know what I'm talking about, Trent?
not too much. No, I know what it is, but
They
I'm not as familiar.
So, I guess for both of you, if you're throwing a pitch to somebody, the umpire always says, like, "Strike, ball," like, just
Oh, you're talking about just
by
being
the
able,
naked
without
eye.
using the acronyms, just being able to call it back and everything, and like actually call if it
Well,
was a strike or not a strike or a ball or out of the strike zone.
yeah, the acronym is, like, automated ball strike. It's basically an AI system that can
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
you
yeah.
within seconds, is it
So
actually a
yeah,
strike? Is it actually a ball?
they've been trying to do that for a while.
It's new this
Yeah.
year, and the umpires, I'm assuming, probably hate it
Oh
because
yeah.
because basically within, like, so say someone throws a pitch, it's clearly a ball, they say it's a
Mhm.
strike. The player can, like, tap on its helmet within, I think it's 2 seconds or so to challenge it.
Yeah.
But what's coming up more and more frequently since this started 2 weeks ago, once the new season started, is that almost every time they're challenging it, the umpires are wrong. It's coming up like I think it was a game like 2 or 3 days ago, Yankees were 5 for 5 of challenging and the umpires were wrong. So it
Yeah.
also begs the question of how many games and people's, like,
Oh,
stats have been messed up over the years because
yeah.
of
In all
wrong
different sports.
calls.
But I also think that's the bad part is on the other side of that, where the umpires are coming from is a lot of the times where it's been wrong, majority of those times it's been wrong,
It's
have
like a
been
10th of an inch, it's very small.
it's like if there's a zone and it barely hits the line, it goes red anyway and says like it
Mhm.
wasn't it. So it gets overturned. But it's like that should let you know how good those guys' eyes are to be able to see within a tenth of an inch if a 98-mile-an-hour ball is coming through between two lines. So it's like that's the kind of part where I think it's going to be good, but it puts so much pressure on the pitcher. It changes up
Yeah.
how pitchers pitch completely. You
Well,
know what I mean?
pitchers can also challenge it. So say they throw what they think is a strike, they
Oh,
call it a
yeah. I
ball.
mean, it's yeah,
They
no, it
can
goes all the
also
way around.
challenge on both ends.
No, it goes all the way around. It's just like whenever you see most catchers, that a trick that catchers have been doing forever is if the ball is up here, you'll see them catch it and they know how to catch and bring it back down here. So
Mhm.
they'll catch and bring it here. So when the umpire sees it, it's happening so fast, it looks like it was caught
It
dead on.
appears lower,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So they know how to catch and just grab it in, and that changes the perception. So I mean, those little things really change up all that weird stuff in the game that people probably aren't thinking about,
Well, it's
like
highly
my Tiffy.
contested right now because it just started this year. And then people are kind of saying, well, should every single pitch just be automatically thrown? Like, we ran through this system, like, why, if we have the technology to know if it's a ball or a strike every single time, why are we not using it? I mean, so,
Yeah,
and
we're
it go,
probably seeing the first year, right?
I think we're in like the growing pains of it, of like, do we use
They're
it? Do we
testing it in
not?
real time.
Yeah, yeah. But it really can make or break a game because if you watch the World Classic, I think is what it's called, where it was who was it? Venezuela. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was DR versus USA, and it came down to the very last pitch of the game was clearly a ball. Like anybody with eyes would have said that's a ball. Like even if watching it at home on TV, and the guy said strike, so the game was over. USA won, and like that was it, but they won the game off of, like, false pretenses, like, clearly anybody watching it would have said that was a ball. So they didn't have the ABS during the World Classic or whatever you call it, but it's interesting because the fans also go crazy, so it brings,
Yeah.
Let's go baseball.
like, a new excitement, like, once, like,
Hmm.
say and it's so trivial because really it's just, like, one play off of one pitch that people get so excited when it actually is a strike instead of a ball or is a ball instead of a strike.
But it changes everything. You
It
know what it
can,
changes?
you know?
It changes everything. It changes everything in the terms of this. Not just this holographic Ninetales that's a
Oh my
vintage
god.
1995 classic Pokemon card that you can purchase at any time if you give me a
Who
call.
who is that?
It's Ninetales.
Ninetales. I have no idea.
Ninetales. It changes the back of the baseball card for those guys too. So it's like that's what I'm trying to say in baseball, for a lot of those guys, a lot of deep fans, stats are everything. So it's
Mhm.
like if that strike's not a strike and it's a ball, that's one more ball than a strike. That's one less you being closer to the greatest Cy Young
Yeah, like,
winner
if
of
you
all
had, like, a
time.
299 record and you were so close to 300 for that year, like, it makes you think I would be pissed if I was some of these players, but then I'd also be pissed if I was the umpire who has spent my entire life
I think that,
dedicated to this, you know?
And I'm sure just like OG, like older school fans are just pissed that it's not like
what's going on?
it's baseball, like we're
Technology is
putting
crazy.
technology and shit into it. Like we're just losing the fun of the game.
Next
And
thing you're
then
gonna have
also
robots hitting.
technology makes mistakes. So it's like, how do you even fact check the fact checker? You know, so it's interesting. So I'm really curious because I know they're going to call things like it's happening in every game now. They're challenging like more and more pitches, but I'm excited. We're gonna win.
The technology is here and it's been implemented in a big way and it's being used in a big way. I'm talking about in baseball, and they're not gonna backtrack. I think what we're watching is the evolution of there honestly not being
An
an
umpire.
umpire back there.
Yeah.
For
Um,
sure. One less person they have to pay.
they got to figure out the biggest thing they're not thinking about, right? Is one of the most electrifying things in sports, right? Is hearing an umpire do a good strikeout.
Yeah.
You know, there's oh my god. Listen, me and my cousin Darren, when we were younger, we used to play baseball and we played travel baseball, whatever. So as like a teenage kid, there's times where you can go and get your little card and you can umpire for younger kids, right? For like coach pitch. So we'd be, regular fast pitch, all that kind of stuff. And then we'd be umpiring like a coach pitch game. And we would have a competition to see who had the most crazy strikeout. Like yell. So like my cousin would be like, and mine would be just as crazy. So we would have these like, and you just see
Just be
parents
as
sitting
extra as possible.
just parents sitting in the bleachers, just like, my god, like who let these teenage boys like we would it was just annoying.
Is it common to have umpires be former baseball players? Because that's what happened to my dad. He had like a really bad injury and then went into umpiring for
It's
I
not
don't know,
common.
10
It's
years or
just
so.
it's like I would say it's common in the sense like most athletes, at least in that from kind of that perspective, like you want to do something in that realm if that's your passion, you're still doing it. You're just doing it different,
Yeah.
Some of the best coaches in the NBA, NFL, all that kind of stuff are people that may not have ever played, but they were such fans. This is an extension of that. So it's basically just an extension where like I love skateboarding growing up. Like if I knew at one point in time when I was younger, none of it happened anyway, but I knew that like I wasn't going to be a pro skateboarder because I wasn't as good as some of my friends. But I was like, could I be a videographer? Could I be like in the shoe part
Still
of it? Could I
involved
like,
somehow.
yeah, could I like work a skate shop? So I think it's the same thing too with a lot of those people. It didn't really happen, but you can still make it happen in a different way. Like
Yeah.
there's you can be in the baseball Hall of Fame as an umpire. There's some really great
I bet.
umpires that have helped out the game and done things outside of the game when it comes to like charitable kind of things and just help propel the game forward. And I think that's where, if you're talking about tradition in baseball, that's probably where the umpires are going to be. It'll be a weird spot to not have umpires. Because for the casual fan, it's easy to say, what's the evolution of it? But when you call like America's pastime baseball, it's like it's deep rooted within the game
It's
itself.
definitely a staple within it. And I'm really curious what my dad thinks of all this. He's also doesn't even know how to text. So I don't think he could even wrap his mind around
Like robots doing what?
Yeah. But what? Very interesting. I think in 3 years we'll be in a very different climate of will it be normalized or because it does hold up the game quite a bit. The way they do it now, they stop the entire game. They have to watch the video, make the call.
Man, if you're going to a baseball game and that thing is in the 17th, and oh my god, you're gonna be like, yo, I don't even want to be here anymore.
It adds minutes to the game. All that to say, Yankees are gonna win tonight. We're gonna be 7-1.
And it sucks too because I have this tattoo, right down there.
We're not a Marlins team, at least today. All right, let's go into rope drop and rumors. It's been quite a while since we did one of these because we didn't do them and while we were on location. Outfit change.
True.
I have a couple. Buzz Lightyear opened 8 days early. So it is
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
They were doing cast previews, and I have a couple cast member friends that we're friends with on TikTok, so I saw just kind of what it's looking like, and I'm very excited. It's giving not so much Men in Black, because I don't think Men in Black had actual targets on them, did they? Like, you were just, like, shooting an alien, I think, but it's very accurate. And your colors are different. Like, if we're in a thing together, one person's red, one person's green, I think. So you know exactly who's shooting, if you got the point. The only thing now is, I think back in the day, there was a limit on, like, 999 was the highest you could get, and you could, like, max out. They're finding there is no max for this game, and all of the secret little places are all different now. So if you, like, know this one place got you 1,000,000 points, you have to, like, you have to relearn it. I think
And
that's
no one
kinda
knows
cool.
what they are yet, so we're
That's
still
what I'm
gonna be finding
saying. So
out
I
for a
think I
while.
think that's cool in the aspect of there's people going on there hitting the same 3 targets, maxing out, and just, like, chilling the whole ride. So I think it's
What
cool.
did anything happen, like, go bad, though?
I guess not, because I mean, they were supposed to be on cast previews for, like, up until now, and they ended up soft opening 8 days early. So people that went to Magic Kingdom that day were like, "Surprise, you can actually get on
Yeah.
this." So
Wow.
I take
Could
that
you
as a sign
imagine?
that, like, the cast opening went very well, and they were like, "Let's dip our toes and see how
Do
it
it.
goes." But so far, so good.
Wow.
My main one has to do with, do you remember a couple months ago I brought up dynamic pricing to you guys and how there was, like, whispers of them
Of it
changing.
changing?
Well, like, I didn't know how dynamic pricing would actually, like, what that meant and, like, the functionality of it, but it turns out they're somewhat doing it. I guess this is their way of it. So for May through July, certain days, they have a 2 p.m. and after ticket where it's very cheap to go after 2 p.m. And I think that's their version of, like, dynamic of, we notice after 2 o'clock, we don't really get, like, a big hit, and let's bring people in that will pay a
Yeah,
little
especially
less.
people that haven't seen the fireworks show. Are you kidding?
Mhm. Yeah, so I don't know, and but it's a 2 or 3-day option. You
Yeah.
basically, like, if you know you're not gonna go until after 2 o'clock, 3 days or 2 days in a row, you can buy this ticket, and then as
Oh,
soon
That
as
sucks
2.
for us, though, because it's
I
like
say
wait
to that. That's like the best time. We were hoping there was a lull.
for these
Yeah.
months.
Now there's no lull.
If
Well,
these
it's
they're
only
not gonna
select
have them
days.
during the busy
You took away the
you know,
yeah, but what are those are the days I
for the
selected?
slow time of the
You know
Yeah.
when
people.
they're gonna be?
Real
But
it's hell in there. It's hot as
hot,
Yeah.
you're gonna be pissed,
mad.
like, it just
I
Listen,
so
mean,
many
you
we've
know
things.
what it's
known
gonna
this for
be?
a long time.
It's gonna be on a Monday through Friday for the Pixie Pass. It's gonna listen. If anybody out there is looking for a holographic Venusaur,
I cannot.
you let me know because
Listen,
that's where I'm heading.
I thought it was interesting because when we first talked about dynamic pricing, I'm like, there's no way. Like, how could
yeah.
they even,
I thought it
like,
was, like,
make
all the
that?
time.
Yeah. Well, I thought it would just be a day of decision. Like, oh, if
Yeah.
it's raining
Well,
today,
it
let's
makes
make it a
sense
little
now
cheaper.
that it's, like, seasonal, you know?
But this is their
But
way
that
of
means
kind
it's
of
gonna
getting
be
into it.
maybe more expensive later, for other things,
Maybe. This is definitely their
like
intro.
the additional hours and stuff, you know?
Hypothetically, if they were staying deluxe, they could get extra magic hours and still go in at 2 p.m. and then stay till midnight or 2 a.m., you know? What
Yeah.
are you laughing at?
I don't know, Trent, he's just approved.
I don't agree with it.
It's
I
not that
get it.
it's
You
not that I
guys need
don't agree
more
with it,
money.
but I'm happy that they're doing it in this way rather than saying, like, very today it's actually going to be this price and tomorrow,
Yeah,
but there's no saying that that's not going to be the case later. I just thought it
yeah.
was really interesting. It's only one theme park too, so you can't park hop. So if you go in at 2 o'clock, you got to stay the whole day
Mhm.
at one
Well,
of
yeah, and I
one of
bet
the parks.
different parks are gonna be different prices.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Everyone's
I
going
don't
to
know much
Animal
about it.
Kingdom. Animal Kingdom's gonna. That's what they're doing this for. They're
Yeah,
trying to, without saying it, they're
Maybe,
just like, please save these animals.
maybe.
They've just started eating rocks. They
they
don't even have
should.
any more
And
food.
So that was mine. I just thought it was really cool, and, like, I guess if it's successful, they'll do other versions of this, but we'll see. This is kind of like their summer version of getting
yeah.
people in the park. All right, let's get into the main event. The main event this week is just an entertainment roundup. There is a lot going on in the sphere of just entertainment in general, and I have so many thoughts that I've been, like, waiting to just burst out.
I know, we haven't even talked about the finale.
Well, I haven't wanted to talk about anything with you guys because I've been
I
saving
haven't
it
wanted
all.
to talk about it to nobody. I was keeping it a secret to myself.
Well, round
I took
one.
notes. I took notes. So we'll
I put
very
them all in rounds. Round one,
yeah.
Hannah
We'll
Montana.
yeah, we'll very quickly start with a little Hannah love. Trent, did you watch it? I'm assuming
No.
probably no.
No, but I like Miley Cyrus, and we've seen her.
I probably
We,
saw clips.
listen, I like her music. We've seen her in concert before.
Amazing. I just feel like
Mhm.
you loved it, and I have so many things that I
So
think were wrong about it.
I was gonna say a lot of people are in your camp and they're
Uh-oh.
saying this and this and this, and I'm like, she could have went out there and literally said hello and goodbye, and I would have been like, yes, like thank you so much for doing this for us. Like
That
I
was
would have.
all I need.
And I said this months ago when we first got the
Yeah.
announcement. I was like, she could literally say nothing, and I will be grateful because she was so adamant for years and years that like she was never revisiting this chapter ever. So for her to
Yeah.
even do
But she's also
anything,
evolved as a person, to want to come back and do it. As she
yeah.
said,
She have a kid?
she put it in the air. You know what I mean? No.
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 Does
Okay.
she have kids? Is that what you said?
Yeah. You never know.
No.
I just
No,
for
no,
some
no.
reason I thought.
Like I was saying, a lot of people agree with Tiffany. They had a lot of thoughts of this should have happened or this should have happened. And I want to just preface thank you, Miley, for giving us anything. I'm so grateful to her and her team.
Not even her, Disney.
Well, and she
Disney for putting it on.
Well, she kind of
She
spoke
put
it
it
into
in the air, but they
Yeah.
said yes.
She mentions that I don't know if it's during this or maybe a different interview, but that interview that we talked about months ago where she was like, "You see the bangs." That actually there was no concept of a reunion at that point. She was like, "I just spoke about it and hoped Disney wanted to do it, and I just said that like it might happen, even though there was no meetings, no nothing."
Yeah.
All right, so let's just go top to bottom. I cried at the intro. Literally as soon as it started, I was just I could not believe what I was seeing in front of my eyes.
Wow.
I just could not believe it.
Yeah.
Best of Both Worlds was the intro song. She sounded amazing. Like literally, she was definitely lip singing. Obviously, she's not singing live
for that,
but
you
that
know it
was
was her recording.
Yeah, it was her in a studio at some point. But she looked fabulous. Everything was. I literally
She's
can't.
like, it's all me. I
With
went Hannah.
a couple extensions, but that was her hair. Like she wasn't wearing a wig. And I think I called that a few months ago. I said, she's not putting like a full on wig on. She looked incredible. She sounded incredible. I would have actually given like my liver to have been in that audience. Like just to have been there. I would have I would have done a lot of things to have been there.
Yeah.
The outfit flashbacks with her mom were very sweet. I like that they archive all those things because that is important, like what she wore in the first episode or little things. I'm sure that was really special to them. The Alex Cooper lyric flop. So they had Alex Cooper as the host or whatever, and she claims that she's like this diehard Hannah Montana fan.
Yeah. And that's what I was really surprised that Disney kind of went with that choice, to be honest.
Well, it turns
like
out
her dad could have,
Tiffani, Alex Cooper was a big proponent as to why this actually happened. So
Miley, that makes sense.
Yeah, Miley and Alex are neighbors. They live fairly close to each other. And Alex was like, you need to do this. Like she kind of like put the battery in her back of like, so it makes sense why she was there. But she asked her favorite song. She said Rockstar, which is arguably a really good song. She brings up
all I thought you meant was body like a rock, body like a rock.
It sounds just like that.
Literally, actually.
So there's this lyric that says Tai Chi practicing snowboard champion, and I think Miley says it at some point. I might even
be a rock star.
Now we're not going to make money off this.
So basically, Miley says that lyric, and Alex goes, "Oh, I didn't realize you said Tai Chi practicing." And it's like, how do you not know that if that's your favorite song? That's literally the chorus of the song. Like, so everybody dogged her, being like, how can you call yourself a fan and say it's your favorite song if you don't even know the chorus?
Yeah.
That was a little weird.
But where's Lily? Where's Rico? Where's her brother? Why did Selena come in for 2 seconds?
You know why Selena came in. I'll get to Selena.
It just none of it.
But isn't that kid Rico? He's probably out shooting season 3 of Fallout.
Yeah, but still,
he went to the what is it called?
I saw because I saw pictures where he was like around there. But I
Yeah.
think literally he was shooting season 3 of Fallout because that show is getting really big right now. They won a bunch of Emmys, all that kinda stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
And the
there's no bad blood there. They're
No,
on good
because
terms.
the way that show ends, he's also gonna be the star kind of the next season, so I imagine he was doing
Yeah.
that, but
What she's doing good.
No, I think they purposely didn't want they wanted it to be the Miley show, and I think that's okay. Now Lily, like, what's her name in real life, Tiffany?
Emily Osment.
There's bad blood there, allegedly.
You saw her.
who's she?
Definitely, she was the best friend. Like, if anybody should have been involved with this reunion, it should have
It
been
should have been
her.
her.
Would I know her from anything else? Has she done anything else outside of that?
You would
Maybe
definitely
like
know
a
her
few things if
face.
you would have seen. Yeah, if you
You
see
would
her
you would know
face.
the face. She's been in a bunch of things. She actually made a video while she was like live from her wherever she was filming this like sitcom. She's like, "Sorry, can't be there," and it's like,
You
"Girl,
weren't.
like,
You weren't asked or invited,
yeah, like we all know.
which
Like,
was very sad.
yeah, there's definitely some bad blood there." So she asked Miley, "Who is your biggest crush?" She said Dylan Sprouse, and I could not believe that her and Dylan dated. I was like,
I know. Honestly, he was my favorite
crazy.
too. So I understand.
That was quite a
Cole was the
lore.
like nerd one,
See, I like
Like,
Cole. Cole was mine. I
well, it makes
loved Cole.
sense. You like gay boys,
It's true.
Like,
Yeah, he's very much my type.
like, I know. Dylan was the like cool one, like
Yeah, but he was like
skateboarding around the hotel.
he was just like too egotistical for me. I love Cole. All right, baby Taylor. They have Taylor in the Hannah Montana movie before she was ever Taylor Swift, which was very cool to see. She was like, I don't know, 14 or 15 in that.
Well, she said
Well,
she was like up and coming. That they were
yeah,
thinking
it was
of.
before even her first album came out. So she was, I don't want to say a nobody, but like she really didn't have much going on. Then I
But
go
she
into
wrote that song.
Always Find Your Way Back Home. Yeah.
Yes, that
No, I
makes
know.
so much sense. I
And
can hear her
still
singing
such
it.
a banger. Oh my god, it's top
I
5.
would love that collab to happen,
Well, she sang that at
like of that song.
she's oh no, actually no, she sang Crazier at the Eras tour. But yeah, she's never sang Always Find Her Way Back Home. At least Taylor hasn't. So yeah, going into Selena, you know why Selena went there, Tiffany. You've seen Miley and Selena allegedly, not even allegedly, it was pretty obvious, had beef. There was, so Trent, if you don't know this, Demi Lovato, Selena, best friends. Miley Cyrus, this other girl, best friends. They made this video. So picture Selena and Demi making a video. You know, back in the day, you would like talk to your camera and be like making those like weird iMac videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was the Mean Girls.
they made this video kind of saying like, this is my Ninja Turtle shirt, and like it was just like a weird. We'll have to show you this after. It's like a 3-minute video of like them just being silly together.
You put a little picture right here.
Yeah, Demi and everyone who like knows. But Demi and Selena were best friends. This is also when Miley was dating Nick Jonas, and then Selena dated Nick Jonas, and there was a weird little in between. All that to say, then Miley and her friend make literally an SNL skit of what Miley
fun of them.
of what Demi and Selena made, but they're like, instead of like Ninja Turtles, they're like Power Ranger, and like they basically say everything that they said, and she's like, well, I have a gap, and like just mean girl stuff. Like it was very it was very obvious that they were making fun of Demi and Selena and the Nick Jonas of it all. There was a lot
and it
going
kind of
on.
went back and forth for a minute. Like there was more videos that kept happening.
Yes, but Miley definitely started it. Like she took a very innocent video that Demi and Selena had made, and then just
but that deserved a whole
them.
different podcast, not a little blip of hey, congratulations.
Well, she says like I apologize for being so mean, but she was talking about in the episode. But we all know you're talking about like she bullied Selena so badly. So I think it makes a lot of sense why Selena was there. I actually did like that part, but I guess if you don't know like the lore of that, but that video, that was when YouTube was like popping and just
popping.
The 2 songs she sang was This Is the Life and The Climb. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Chapel cameo.
No, but the last one, I didn't understand that either.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't.
It's so many things.
So I see why they had Chapel, because like, her inspiration was always Hannah Montana when she was younger. She loved her. And it's like Disney did a bad job of, like, telling us these things. Like, they just kinda, like, plopped these people in, but didn't tell us, like, unless you, like, are me.
Where was Dolly?
Where was Dolly? Yeah.
Where the freak was Dolly?
Where was Dolly? Yeah,
What?
no, it's a very fair point.
It seems like this whole thing was pretty much rushed. That's
It
why
was.
like when you said that it seems like they didn't even have a plan for it. It seemed like they didn't have a plan.
I like
They
where they're
didn't.
going. I'm like,
No, I think they were kind of building the ship while they were rowing it, and
yeah.
I'm okay with that. I guess to go into the Billy Ray of it all, I'm shocked they had that man there. I don't know if you guys know, like, this part of it, but I think it was, like, this time last year, a lot of recordings came out of him
Not doing
calling
well.
Miley, like, I'll have to beep it
Blurp.
out. But he's like, that devil Miley, and, like, just really bad things.
Yeah.
He actually is dating or was dating a girl that was on Hannah Montana who is Miley's age. So he met her when she was 14 or whatever, when he was in his 80s. No, yeah, there's a 15-year age gap. Very bizarre. I'm shocked. When he was on the screen, I was like, how the hell is he here, but Jackson isn't, who was her brother, like, on the actual show.
And have you been seeing him, like, do, like...
He's killing it. He has little Hannah Montana
doing, like, little
rewatch
promos and stuff. Yeah, for, like, the Rico's stuff that's in stores.
No, if
I'm just like, oh, so he could do
been
that, but he couldn't have been on there? Like,
he was invited to the premiere.
all of the people
yeah.
royally.
No, I agree with that. And I don't know if it came down to, like, paying them to be there. I don't really know.
But the end got me. That song with all of the pictures of her, two younger her.
Younger you. Yes, beautiful. Ended with Wherever I Go. Let's see. So my last note was just like, I wouldn't be myself without Hannah Montana. And I'll just kind of end that with, like, the recap is that, like, I am who I am because every song she had was like, you can do it. Like, anything you want in life, do it. Like,
also,
try. And, like,
Disney as well.
Yeah, but, like, you really can't find a song from her that is, like, negative, you know? Like, even if you don't make it, then try again. That instilled in me very young. And having her, like, I was her age at every year that she was on the show. So I was 12 when she was 12. And then when she was 18 going to college, I was also 18 going to college. So I literally grew with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, people have a lot to say about this special. It was rushed, maybe. It could have added some things to it, could have taken away some things. All in all, I'm so grateful that it happened.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts. Anything else you want to add?
No.
What would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10?
I'm
probably give
11.
it a 6.
A 6? Whoa. That's kind of harsh. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta be realistic. I think you can still love something, but you want because I think it's
because those are the things I liked about the show.
It's good to give good scores, just to be realistic scores, because it's like, you know, if it's like if I was
I'm biased
offering
for
it to,
sure.
Yeah, if I was offering it to somebody, I have to think from a you know,
obviously I'm grateful that it happened,
because you might pump it up and say it's an 11 to somebody, and then they're like, this thing was dog shit. Like, are you stupid?
To each their.
You needed context to understand a lot of it. And I think if you didn't have context, it probably was very confusing. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into Paradise. Literally the best show on television.
Well, guys, that's the end of part 1. Thanks for joining us.
We talked
got
about
part
too
2 coming up.
So we are splitting this into 2 parts. I think I'll probably do, like, the Summer House, Kid Cudi, Harry Potter as, like, our part 2. So stay tuned for that. We will
See you real soon.
See you real soon.